Success is not reserved for the lucky or the talented. It belongs to those who show up every single day, ready to do the work, regardless of how they feel. The key to achieving unstoppable momentum lies in mastering the habits that drive progress forward, even when motivation fades. It's about embracing discomfort, pushing through resistance, and making discipline a way of life. Every morning presents two choices: hit the snooze button and delay progress, or rise with purpose and take control of the day. The decision may seem small, but it compounds over time, shaping the trajectory of success. True winners don't wait to feel ready. They act in spite of doubt, fatigue, and fear. They train themselves to operate at a higher standard, one that refuses to accept mediocrity. Growth is forged in the moments when the mind begs for rest, but the spirit demands more. Pushing past perceived limits creates a mindset that refuses to break. Those who succeed understand that pain is temporary, but the rewards of persistence are lasting. They do not negotiate with weakness or entertain excuses. Instead, they commit to doing what needs to be done, regardless of circumstance. Progress is not about massive leaps, but about relentless, consistent effort. Small actions, repeated daily, lead to extraordinary results. Excellence is built through discipline, through waking up early, training hard, and sharpening the mind. It's about staying committed to personal growth, reading, learning, and refusing to stagnate. The difference between those who succeed and those who fall short is not talent or luck. It is the relentless execution of daily habits that create momentum. The greatest victories are won in silence, in the hours when no one is watching. The work done in private determines the success seen in public. The road to greatness is not easy, but it is simple. Show up, do the work, and refuse to quit. Momentum builds when effort is sustained, when action becomes automatic, and when discipline replaces motivation. Unstoppable momentum is not a gift, it is a creation. It is earned through effort, resilience, and an unbreakable will to succeed. The choice is yours. Either step forward with purpose and commitment, or stay stuck in the cycle of hesitation. Those who rise above, who refuse to surrender to comfort, will find themselves unstoppable. Success is not something that happens by chance or luck. It is built through discipline and consistency. Motivation may provide a spark, but it is fleeting, unreliable, and easily influenced by emotions, circumstances, and external factors. Relying on motivation alone is a mistake because it comes and goes. One day, the energy and drive may be high, pushing forward with enthusiasm, and the next day, it may disappear, leaving only hesitation and excuses. This is where discipline takes over. Those who achieve great things do not wait to feel inspired. They train themselves to take action, regardless of how they feel. Discipline is the ability to act in alignment with long-term goals, even when the immediate desire is to rest, take a break, or avoid discomfort. It is the difference between those who reach their potential and those who remain stuck in cycles of inconsistency. People often convince themselves that they need to feel ready before they start. But those who truly succeed understand that readiness is a lie. The mind will always look for comfort, for the easy way out, for an excuse to delay action. The disciplined individual does not entertain these thoughts. Instead, they override them with commitment, doing what needs to be done whether they feel like it or not. This level of discipline is not developed overnight. It is built through repeated actions, through making the hard choices consistently until they become second nature. Waking up early when the body craves more sleep, showing up for training when exhaustion sets in, reading and learning instead of wasting time on distractions. These are the moments that define success. Every small decision to stay disciplined strengthens the mind and conditions it to operate at a higher level. Over time, the ability to push through resistance becomes automatic, creating an unstoppable force of momentum. What separates high achievers from the rest is not their talent or intelligence, but their ability to persist through discomfort. They do not allow fleeting emotions to dictate their actions. They show up on the days when they feel drained, frustrated, or uninspired because they understand that success is built through repetition, not random bursts of effort. The best athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders in the world all operate under this principle. They do not rely on motivation to wake up early, to push themselves beyond limits, or to maintain excellence in their craft. Instead, they rely on discipline. Those who master discipline do not see it as a burden, but as a path to freedom. When actions are dictated by discipline rather than emotions, there is no need to waste time debating whether to take action. The decision has already been made. Success is no longer a matter of chance, but a guaranteed outcome of daily habits. When discipline replaces motivation, there is no limit to what can be achieved. Every choice made, no matter how small, has the power to shape the future. Success is not about making one grand decision that changes everything overnight. It is about the tiny, seemingly insignificant choices made every single day. These choices compound over time, creating momentum in either a positive or negative direction. The person who wakes up early, exercises, and commits to personal growth may not see immediate results, but over weeks, months, and years, their life transforms. On the other hand, the person who repeatedly chooses comfort over progress, who skips workouts, procrastinates on their goals, and indulges in distractions, only in the form of stagnation, regret, and missed opportunities. Most people underestimate the power of small decisions because the effects are not instant. If someone eats one unhealthy meal, nothing drastic happens. If they skip one workout, they do not immediately become out of shape. If they procrastinate for a day, their life does not fall apart. This illusion of inconsequence leads many to believe that their daily actions do not matter. But over time, these choices accumulate. One missed workout becomes a habit of inconsistency. One excuse turns into a pattern of avoidance. The same is true in the opposite direction. One disciplined action, no matter how small, builds the foundation for a lifestyle of success. Waking up 30 minutes earlier, reading for 10 minutes a day, making slightly healthier food choices. Each of these actions may seem insignificant on their own, but together they create massive transformation. The most successful people understand this principle and use it to their advantage. They do not rely on motivation to make the right choices. They simply commit to doing the small things daily that lead to big results. They trust the process, knowing that success is not about sudden leaps forward, but about steady, continuous progress. Each disciplined decision strengthens their mindset, making the next choice even easier. Over time, what once felt difficult becomes second nature. Effort compounds just like interest in a bank account. Small deposits made consistently result in exponential growth. The challenge is that most people expect instant gratification. When they don't see immediate results, they get discouraged and give up. But those who stay committed, who continue making small positive choices, even when there's no visible reward, are the ones who eventually reach their goals. The person who goes to the gym every day for a year will see a complete transformation, while the one who skips workouts whenever they don't feel like it will remain stuck. The one who reads daily, even for just a few minutes, will be miles ahead in knowledge compared to the one who never starts. It is never about a single life-changing decision. It is about the small, consistent actions that over time lead to extraordinary success. The mind is the most powerful tool in achieving success, yet it is also the greatest obstacle. It constantly seeks comfort, avoids pain, and resists anything that feels difficult or uncertain. But true growth only happens when limits are pushed, when discomfort is embraced, and when the body and mind are forced to adapt to new challenges. The moment when fatigue sets in, when the mind starts whispering excuses, when every muscle begs to stop, this is the exact moment where breakthroughs happen. Pushing past perceived limits is not just about building physical endurance or mental toughness. It is about proving to yourself that you are stronger than you ever believed. Most people quit the moment things become uncomfortable. They stop when they feel tired, frustrated, or uncertain. They convince themselves that they have reached their limit, but in reality, they have barely scratched the surface of their true potential. The human body and mind are capable of far more than they let on, but they must be forced to rise to the occasion. Growth happens in the moments when every part of you wants to quit, yet you keep going anyway. When discomfort is met with persistence, a new threshold is created. What once seemed impossible suddenly becomes manageable, and with each test of endurance, resilience is built. The greatest achievers in any field understand that suffering is a necessary part of progress. They do not run from pain, they lean into it. Whether it is an athlete training past exhaustion, an entrepreneur working through failure after failure, or a student pushing through frustration to master a skill, the principle remains the same. Strength is not built in moments of ease. It is built in the fire of struggle. The more you push yourself past your perceived limits, the more you realize that those limits were never real to begin with. They were illusions, created by a mind that fears the unknown. Breaking through mental barriers requires a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing discomfort as a signal to stop, see it as a sign of progress. The burn in your muscles means you are getting stronger. The struggle to focus means your mind is being sharpened. The moments of doubt mean you are stepping outside of your comfort zone, which is the only place where real growth occurs. Built in the fire of struggle. The more you push yourself past your perceived limits, the more you realize that those limits were never real to begin with. They were illusions, created by a mind that fears the unknown. Breaking through mental barriers requires a shift in perspective. Instead of seeing discomfort as a signal to stop, see it as a sign of progress. The burn in your muscles means you are getting stronger. The struggle to focus means your mind is being sharpened. The moments of doubt mean you are stepping outside of your comfort zone, which is the only place where real growth occurs. Every time you push just a little further than you think you can go, you redefine what you are capable of. Over time, what once seems impossible becomes routine. The most powerful realization is that pain is temporary, but the rewards of persistence last forever. The discomfort of pushing through exhaustion fades, but the confidence and strength gained remain. The temporary struggle of discipline is nothing compared to the lifelong regret of giving up too soon. Those who embrace the challenge, who refuse to let their mind dictate their limits, become unstoppable. Each time they push past resistance, they unlock a new level of potential, proving to themselves that the only real limits are the ones they refuse to break. Consistency is the foundation of unstoppable momentum. Success is not built on occasional bursts of effort or moments of motivation. It is built on daily, disciplined action that compounds over time. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who work hard once in a while. They are the ones who show up every single day, no matter what. Progress is not about how fast or intense the effort is in a single moment, but rather about the commitment to keep going even when the results are not immediately visible. Most people fail because they are inconsistent. They start with enthusiasm, driven by excitement and motivation, but as soon as the effort becomes routine, as soon as they no longer feel that initial spark, they begin to slack off. They go to the gym for a few weeks and then stop when they don't see instant results. They commit to learning a new skill but give up when progress feels slow. They start a project with energy but abandon it the moment it gets difficult. The problem is not ability, talent, or intelligence. It is the lack of consistent effort. True winners understand that showing up every day, even when it's hard, is the only way to achieve lasting success. The secret to consistency is eliminating the need to decide whether or not to take action. The more time spent debating, negotiating, or finding excuses, the easier it becomes to skip a day, then two, and eventually quit altogether. Successful people remove this decision-making process entirely. They do what needs to be done because it is part of their identity. They don't think about whether they feel like training, studying, or working on their goals. They just do it. Taking action becomes automatic, a non-negotiable part of their routine. The power of consistency lies in its ability to create momentum. When something is done every day, it stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling natural. The more times an action is repeated, the easier it becomes. A person who wakes up early every morning no longer struggles with the alarm clock because it becomes second nature. Someone who works out daily doesn't rely on motivation to hit the gym. It's just what they do. Momentum removes resistance, making progress feel effortless over time. The biggest mistake people make is expecting results too quickly. They work hard for a few weeks, don't see immediate success, and assume their effort isn't working. But true progress happens in the long run. A single workout doesn't make someone fit, just as skipping one doesn't make them unhealthy. A single study session doesn't make someone a master, but consistent learning over months and years leads to expertise. The small daily efforts that seem insignificant in the moment are the ones that create massive transformation over time. Those who master consistency understand that success is a process, not an event. It is not about working hard once. It is about showing up again and again, whether they feel like it or not. The path to greatness is not found in shortcuts or quick wins, but in the relentless commitment to daily improvement. True success is built in silence. The greatest achievements are not created in the spotlight, but in the quiet moments when no one is watching. The world only sees the results, the victories, the accolades, the peak performances. But what they don't see is the relentless effort behind the scenes, the hours of training, the sacrifices, the discipline to push forward when there is no immediate reward. Those who truly succeed do not seek validation for their efforts. They are driven by something deeper, an internal commitment to excellence. Most people crave recognition. They want to be noticed for their hard work, to be praised for their dedication, to receive immediate feedback on their progress. But the truth is, the most important work happens in isolation. It happens in the early mornings before the world wakes up, in the late nights when exhaustion sets in the moments when no one is there to cheer them on. This is where real growth happens, not in front of an audience, but in solitude, where the only competition is the person in the mirror. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who fall short is not talent, luck, or intelligence. It is the willingness to grind in the dark. It is the ability to stay consistent when no one is applauding. It is the discipline to work on their craft, to push their limits, to put in the effort day after day without expecting immediate results. This silent dedication separates those who merely talk about success from those who actually achieve it. The most dangerous thing a person can do is become addicted to recognition. When effort is tied to external validation, progress becomes inconsistent. If someone only works hard when others are watching, they will never reach their full potential. Success requires pushing forward even when no one acknowledges the effort. The best athletes train just as hard when the cameras are off. The best entrepreneurs build their businesses long before they are recognized. The best minds study, learn, and sharpen their skills in complete silence. It is in these unseen moments that the foundation of greatness is built. One of the biggest mistakes people make is seeking shortcuts, trying to gain attention before they have put in the necessary work. But true success cannot be rushed. A person who puts in silent work for years will always outperform the one who seeks instant recognition. Those who build in silence develop an unshakable foundation. They don't need applause to keep going. They are driven by purpose, by a vision greater than themselves. In a world where people chase quick success, where social media glorifies overnight achievements, the real winners are those who remain patient and consistent. They understand that success is not about being seen. It is about becoming great when no one is looking. The quiet hours of effort, the moments of self-discipline, the willingness to embrace solitude, this is where champions are made. Those who commit to the silent grind will eventually rise above the rest. Not because they sought recognition, but because they earned it. Momentum is created through action. It does not come from waiting for the perfect moment, overthinking or hesitating. Those who achieve great things understand that success is not about how much they know or how talented they are. It is about how consistently they take action. Every step forward, no matter how small, creates energy, progress, and confidence. The key is to stop waiting, stop doubting, and start moving. The more action taken, the easier it becomes to keep going. Many people stay stuck because they wait for motivation. They tell themselves they will start when they feel ready, when conditions are perfect, or when inspiration strikes. But readiness is an illusion. If action is delayed, so is success. The only way to create momentum is to start moving. Once the first step is taken, the second becomes easier. Once the second is taken, the third follows naturally. Soon, progress becomes automatic, and what once felt difficult becomes a habit. Excuses kill momentum. Every time a person chooses comfort over action, they reinforce hesitation. Every time they delay a task, they build the habit of procrastination. On the other hand, every time they push through doubt, they build the habit of execution. The more they act, the less they rely on motivation. Their mind shifts from looking for reasons to stop to finding ways to move forward. Action creates clarity. Many people overanalyze, thinking they need the perfect plan before they begin, but real learning happens in motion. Mistakes and failures are part of the process, not something to be feared. Those who succeed take imperfect action and adjust as they go. They don't wait for confidence, they build it through experience. They don't wait to know everything, they learn by doing. Momentum is powerful because it removes resistance. The hardest part of any journey is getting started. The first day at the gym feels tough. The first step in a new business feels uncertain. The first attempt at a skill feels awkward. But by taking action consistently, these challenges fade. The more times something is repeated, the easier it becomes. The person who takes action daily eventually reaches a point where stopping feels unnatural. Success is not given, it is earned through relentless execution. It is a choice made every single day to take action, to refuse excuses, to commit to progress no matter what. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who remain stagnant is not intelligence, luck, or background. It is the willingness to move forward even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's inconvenient, even when no one is watching. The truth is simple. Those who take action win. Those who hesitate lose. There is no secret formula, no shortcut, no magic moment. The only way to succeed is to start, to keep going, and to never stop. Every small step taken today builds the unstoppable momentum of tomorrow. The question is not whether success is possible. The question is whether the decision will be made to take action now. Because in the end, the only thing standing between a person and their dreams is the willingness to begin.